Well, good morning to you.
Show me the money!
Goodness gracious.
Why is there air?
We're live in the Bank Plus studio, out of bounds, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN.
Clown X.
Oh, man.
Clown X.
What? Where's Jimbo Fisher going? Huh? Auburn? Ole Miss? Florida?
Clown X.
I mean, come on.
It's really despicable.
I tell you who he's bringing with him.
A guy named Sliced Bread.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Let's start the rumors. Jimbo Fisher to Auburn, Ole Miss, or Florida. Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. I'm your host, Bo Bounds. Straight funk with me. I think we're going to do a little White Russians later in the show, celebrating Thanksgiving and the fact that Jackson loves White Russians. So we'll do Tito's White Russians. I actually brought the Kahlua, which I'm impressed.
Me too.
Thank you. And we may do an old fashioned later too, because I did, I've already got the Elijah Craig old fashioned syrup, but I also brought some, couple other things. So we'll see on that. But I want to say good morning, welcome in. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Be careful. Enjoy yourself. I hope you have a wonderful next, however many days 5 days. And I hope you celebrate and have fun beverages, whether it's a Dr. Pepper or a delicious cocktail and some great food. I hope that you load up on casseroles.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about casseroles since, last Christmas. And I don't even know what to do with myself. I got in the shower this morning and I couldn't stop thinking about casseroles. So we're going to have a casserole party around the Bounds crew. And I hope that you celebrate that way too. We have an enormous amount of football, both college and NFL, that's going to be played over the next several days, not counting all the college hoops. And then the NBA starting this after, what do you got, a triple header or something on ESPN? But there's plenty of sports and plenty of this.
You gonna show me the money.
Right there at the Vegas-style sportsbook, the Golden Moon Casino on the property of Pearl River Resort. The Golden Moon Casino text line is 601-885-3776. We've got some awesome audio here that we're going to drop here in just a second. Your SEC Insider hit this morning is brought to you by Total Transportation of Mississippi. All right. Come join the home team at Total Transportation. They're offering nationwide and regional routes for solo and team drivers. All right. So here we go. Weekly pay and monthly bonuses. Total Transportation of Mississippi. Frequent home time. Full benefits. Total Transportation of Mississippi. Paid vacation and competitive pay. Powered by Total Transportation of Mississippi. Apply right now. TotalMS.com. TotalMS.com. Total Transportation of Mississippi. Bo Bounds, Jackson Meadows with you. This will be our last show going into the holidays. We've had a heck of a run the last few months, and fun remotes and fun shows and in-studio guests and guests on the air and so on. Our YouTube is popping. Thank you for going to our YouTube channel, Out of Bounds Sports. We're streaming right now. And again, I hope you have some wonderful food and have a good time. And we know that the battle for the Golden Egg is at 11 a.m. on ABC in Starkville. And we'll see what the crowd looks like. There'll be plenty of Mississippi State fans there, but Ole Miss fans have bought some tickets. We'll see how many on the east side and how many of them come in. And will it be Lane Kiffin's last game at Ole Miss? That's been the big question in the world of
A guy named Sliced Bread.
college football. Lane train, Lane drama, Kiffin, Lane, whatever you want to say. Most successful coach in the history of Ole Miss sports. And punching their ticket to the college football playoff with the win and a game that they should win.
Yeah.
I think Ole Miss should win by 2 touchdowns. Y'all know that I don't join the anything can happen in this rivalry. unless both teams are evenly matched, and that's whether they're good or bad. Usually the theatrics, not all the time, come when both teams are not good. I don't know why that is, but that's how it kind of looks.
Yeah.
But you've got some games that you can pick out over the course of the last 30, 35, 40 years, however long you want to go back. But Ole Miss is significantly better as far as personnel, which is what? Talent, which is what? Assets, which matters. And then coaching. It's not close. Now, yeah, you still got to play the game. There are upsets every week throughout college football. And we'll see how it looks at 11 a.m. on a cold, but looks to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Last time I checked.
Still cold.
You love some cold weather.
Yeah. My favorite.
All right. So what do we have Friday? The high in Starkville's 50.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be 50 at 11 a.m. And when you start getting out there at 9 a.m. and 10 a.m., it'll be in the 30s. So you'll have to grab a jacket and a pullover and I guess shed accordingly as the game unfolds there at Davis Wade Stadium in Starkville, Mississippi.
Gotta be layered. You gotta have different layers, man.
Yeah.
You have a light
You're a
layer.
layered guy.
Big fan of layers.
Okay.
Yeah, big layer guy.
Did you come in with a jacket on this morning,
Yeah,
Pumpkin?
I got a hoodie on, man.
Anytime it drops under 65,
If it's
you
under
act like
dude,
it's snow outside.
If it's 65 and down, you can guarantee I'm bundling.
Man.
Cold, man. It's just what happens.
I mean, I don't understand.
Cold blooded, I guess.
Are you?
That's what they tell me.
Okay. Let's do this audio first, and then we can talk more about Thanksgiving food and all that kind of stuff. So this Ari Wasserman was handicapping Lane Kiffin's decision with Andy Staples, and they have Staples has a show on 3. Y'all know the platforms, right? 247 Sports, on 3. I don't even know if Rivals is Rivals still around. Okay, so they're hanging on. Okay. Anyway, who cares? The point is, here's some audio. They're talking about the Ole Miss and LSU job.
I don't know if it's possible, or it is possible, but I guess I don't think that it's impossible to change as a human while not changing the fabric of who you are, which is he's a climber. He's been a climber his entire life, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know that. I think that Ole Miss is a wonderful job. I think that Ole Miss can win a national title maybe as soon as this year. I don't know. They are a really good team, and they have proven for 2 years in a row now that they were able to get enough good players to be considered to be in that. And I think that as long as the rules stay the way that they are now, that'll continue to be the case. But Ole Miss's ceiling is LSU's expectation. And I think when that happens, you are going to have financial advantages, you're going to have geographical advantages, and you're going to have administrative and fan support advantages that just don't exist at these other places. So if you're going to put me on the spot right now and say, hey, where do you think Lane Kiffin is going to go? Or why do you think Lane Kiffin would go? It's because, it's the nicest house in the nicest neighborhood. You can buy a house in a nice neighborhood and renovate it and make it awesome, but it's still not going to be the mansion down the street. I think that LSU is the mansion down the street. And I think LSU would speak to Lane Kiffin on that level.
And he's right. It's 100% accurate. And what he said also, Ole Miss is a good job. Lane has elevated it. But LSU's a top 3 job in the country. LSU, Georgia, Ohio State. LSU, Georgia, Ohio State. Georgia, LSU, Ohio State. Ohio State, LSU, Georgia. Whatever. They're all beachfront, 30A, Rosemary.
Right.
Or Alice. That's the ones that you get in for $18 to $21 million.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Your reaction to Ari Wasserman on the Andy Staples show, laying out the Ole Miss and LSU job on the Golden Moon Casino text line. 601-885-3776.
You gonna show me the money.
Lane Kiffin about to get richer, and John Summerall, the Tulane head coach for now, about to get mega rich. But there'll be others. I mean, we have to fill some jobs.
Yeah.
We have to fill LSU, and it is going to happen. Who it's going to be, I don't know. Yeah. But LSU and Auburn and Florida, those jobs will be filled. They will have head coaches really, really, really soon. And those are good jobs. Yeah. Now, LSU and Florida are great jobs, and Auburn is a good job. And Auburn, don't forget, Auburn's played for 2 national championships and won one. With all the turmoil and all the ups and downs, Auburn's played for 2 national titles and won one and went undefeated in another season. That's just in the 2000s. So when people say, well, Auburn's not a good job, again, it's something that they're regurgitating that's not accurate, which we do as sports fans. Kind of like anything can happen in the battle for the Golden Egg. Yeah. Right? I mean, Auburn, think about this. Just in the 2000s, Auburn's gone undefeated twice. Okay. And they played for the national championship twice, and they won it. And they've been to the SEC championship game plenty of times. Something to think about. So we've got the Lane Kiffin sweepstakes, and then the John Summerall, and then Drinkwitz, and then who else? Brent Key at Georgia Tech. When do we get to the G5 guys? Is Southern Miss able to hold on to Charles Huff one more year? Probably not, but I hope that they, end this thing with the win. It was a phenomenal hire by Jeremy McClain at Southern Miss.
Yeah.
And Huff, in 5 minutes, turned the Southern Miss program around from winning 1 game last year to 7 this year and still have a chance to win more. That is simply remarkable.
Yeah.
That is having a plan. That is knowing exactly what you want to do when boots get on the ground. Yeah. He didn't chase a high school class. He chased a portal class that turned it around for the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. I know you haven't played as well as you wanted to the last couple of weeks. Last week, 42-35, South Alabama. But 1 win to 7 wins? Do you realize how remarkable that is? That's insane. In football? I mean, in baseball, we play 56 games.
Right.
You can walk into a program that won 23 games and win 33 games in year 1.
Yeah.
In basketball, you play 35 games, not counting conference tournament and so on, right? You can walk into a program that won 15 and win 20. In football, 1 game is huge. A 1-game swing, massive. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Charles Huff, as good as Lane is, Charles Huff's also got to be right there as far as coach of the year. I mean, he's great. Lane's done an amazing job. What he's done on offense is ridiculous. And their defense has gotten better and better, which is a credit to Pete Golding. But give Charles Huff credit in Hattiesburg. And you know what? What do you think Huff, I can't wait to see what his ceiling is.
Yeah.
There's no telling where this guy could end up. He may make one more move after the next move. I mean, don't put it past Huff.
He's good. He's so good.
Huff to look. He could parlay this into a really nice job. And then, man, he may end up at a top 10, top 15 program at some point. He's still a young man. And
he's about the next hire.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
not this coming one, wherever he may end up.
The very next one.
Okay. Like, I know Oklahoma State just hired a coach, but he may end up in that Oklahoma State level.
Right.
But if he wins again,
oh gosh,
he'll
get plucked fast.
He could get plucked
fast.
He's really good, and he's done a hell of a job. It's National Cake Day.
All right.
And I love how they paired these two together. You love cake?
Love cake.
Okay. It's National Cake Day and Anti-Obesity Day. Don't you love that those are on the same day?
I feel like that's almost America in a nutshell.
Okay, and National Jukebox Day. I love a cool jukebox.
Jukeboxes are awesome.
I think they are really, really, really cool.
Love a jukebox.
The only thing I love better is a casserole. with cream of mushroom, whatever it is. Did you see the Campbell's executive? I sent you that.
Yeah.
So Campbell's Soup, talking about how terrible their food is.
You 3D print your food.
Yeah. Bioengineered meats.
That is incredible.
I know. They want to kill us. Big food and big pharma.
It's been the agenda since day one.
Oh man. All right, I got to stay with sports. Who do we have?
Yeah, we got it third day in a row.
No way.
All
All right, Key City Beer is the caller line, 601-707-3750. All kinds of Key City beer goes with Thanksgiving. Key City Mississippi Queen, Key City Curse, Key City Moonchild, Key City Mississippi. Fabulous, fabulous local beer out of Vicksburg, Mississippi. Enjoy some Key City beer with your fabulous food over the holidays. We've got RRB.
That's it.
Day 3, baby. What's on your mind?
Well, I wasn't going to call until you played that audio a few minutes ago, but first, happy Thanksgiving.
Well, thank you, man.
Number 2, he basically compared Ole Miss to the renovated house, but not the mansion down the street / LSU or Florida. Well, I differ. I take issue with that a little bit because Kiffin renovated the house several years ago. He's been adding additions onto the house. So there's not as big a gap now as you think it is. Plus, you need to always remember, the bigger the house, the more repairs you're going to end up having to incur and the more cleaning you got to do. I'm out.
Okay. RRB coming in strong on the Key City Beer caller line, 601-707-3750. Should we do a giveaway today?
Yeah.
In honor of
it's Thanksgiving, man.
Thanksgiving and how much you and I love casseroles?
Yeah, cake day.
All right, let's put together an awesome out of bounds bar kit and swag bag. We'll do Elijah. We've got so much Elijah Craig stuff. It's phenomenal. We've got some Tito's stuff, and I'll kick in a Balteo tequila hat. We may even do some cigars. But we want to hear from you on the out of bounds on the text line. And we'll do a roll call. How are you listening on? Are you listening on 105.9 The Zone, or are you streaming the show? Where are you listening from? And what is your favorite thing about this week? Is it Thanksgiving? Is it the food? Is it the beverage or the football? Let us know on the text line, 601-885-3776. And that's how you enter, and you could win an awesome out of bounds bar swag bag.
Yeah, we go.
Bar swag bag. Does that sound good?
Our swag bag.
It's really despicable.
No, it's not. It's good. It's good. It's good. Hold on.
Just trying to find some recruits.
Whoa. Do you think Lane's finding some recruits?
Dude.
Do you think he's
Trying to find some
Lane
recruits.
is the recruit.
He is the recruit.
At the
He's
moment.
getting recruited
Hard.
by Ole Miss and LSU
Yeah, that's why he loves this.
and Florida and possibly someone else.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Florida is making a late push.
Well, Florida
Shock-
Gators, baby.
Shocker. They're never out of anything. Not something like this.
You don't think so? I love it.
Dude, they can get whoever they want, whenever they want, if they need him.
Okay.
Because
They need to hire a good coach.
bad.
So if Florida loses out on the Lane Kiffin sweepstakes,
And Summerall sweepstakes.
well, then it gets interesting. If Lane stays, it's LSU, Auburn, Florida. Drink will be in the mix.
He will not be in
Brett
LSU.
Key at Georgia Tech, who's done a fantastic job. We're still trying to figure out if Lincoln Riley could be poached from out west. Southern Cal's private.
They are. That's right.
Yeah, they're a private school.
That's correct.
And Virginia Tech's filled their deal. Oklahoma State has filled their spot. But then, all of a sudden you could have Missouri open up.
Yeah, we'll open.
Then, you ask yourself, does Charles Huff get into that?
Already?
Look,
I'm not against that. I'm just saying that seems early.
No, not at all.
Is it not?
No. I think that could happen. If Drink ends up somewhere, as we shuffle the board, as we move the pieces with Kiffin making a decision and John Summerall, who's at Tulane, makes a decision. And then we get Eli Drinkowitz at Missouri and Brent Key at Georgia Tech and possibly some other guys. It looks like Kentucky's going to stand pat. I know Mitch Barnhart should be mad at himself for giving Mark Stoops that $50 million contract when he bid against himself with other people's money.
Nice.
But, yeah. But if Ole Miss opens up and they lose out on John Summerall, then, and Summerall decides to go to Auburn or Florida, what does Ole Miss do? Huff?
No, I mean, I was about to ask you. I mean, is that? But I don't think they'd be okay with that.
It would be tough
It's a tough sell.
for a chunk of their fan base,
Right.
to be okay with hiring someone from Southern Miss
head coach,
even though
that matters to
he's more than qualified.
right.
Um,
Same way with LSU.
It'd be a bad
hiring
deal
Tulane.
for Mississippi State, just because you're still out in the wilderness trying to figure out if Levy can, do this thing and if the job's too big or if he can develop into a legit SEC head coach. So
like, would you consider Huff a developmental type deal?
No,
he's developed.
No.
Like he's ready to eat.
Yeah, he's already been a head coach, and he's already proven he can win, and he's proven that he can put together a roster. It doesn't matter what level you're at.
No.
G5, I mean, Lane was at Florida Atlantic, and then he won at Ole Miss.
Bam, bam.
You've had plenty of guys at the G5 level get hired, and it has worked.
No doubt.
Some of it hasn't. Billy Napier at Florida, but you know how it is.
Yeah.
All right, we are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Good morning to you. Welcome in. Show is brought to you by Fuse.cloud. Fuse.cloud. So managed IT, voice, and internet for your business. Managed IT, voice, and internet for your business, powered by Fuse.cloud. Call them today. Fuse.cloud. All right? Managed IT, voice, and internet is powered by Fuse.cloud. Instead of having to build an IT team that's expensive, you can just call Fuse.cloud.
They'll do it for you.
They're locally owned. Now, they're an awesome company. They do business everywhere, but they're right here. Okay? Yeah, they have clients in Atlanta, and Auburn, and Texas, and so on, but Fuse.cloud has many, many, many clients in the state of Mississippi. FUSE, Fuse.cloud. Instead of building an expensive IT team or having a director of IT for, $150,000 or $200,000 a year, call Fuse.cloud right now. FUSE. If you're a business owner, you know what a nightmare tech issues are. Slow computers, email problems, security scares. Call Fuse.cloud today. FUSE. Fuse.cloud. Managed IT, voice, and internet, powered by Fuse.cloud.
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
All systems go.
Live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the Bank Plus studio.
This is Out of Order.
Live in the studio. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Streaming live worldwide on the Out of Bounds radio app. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9. All set? Let's go. The Zone.
Wow. Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Brought to you by Kessler Prime and the Renaissance. Amazing steaks, atmosphere, 6 private dining rooms, KesslerPrime.com to make a reservation. Steak sounds good to me for Thanksgiving, but I eat steak 5 or 6 days a week. So a good ribeye, porterhouse, rack of lamb, KesslerPrime.com. This is 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. Got an awesome giveaway. We're doing a combo of Elijah Craig. And so we're putting together a swag bag of Elijah Craig, Tito's, and Volteo. Volteo is our tequila. 100% blue agave. 100% additive free. But we'll put together a swag bag for you. We want you to enter on the text line, the Golden Moon Casino text line, 601-885-3776. I need to give away a couple. Let's have a couple winners because we got to get through these gift certificates for Dancing Rabbit. They expire December 30th. Boom. But there will be some days in December that will be 60, 70 degrees, and you'll be able to go up there and play the rabbit. So we'll have the big winner. We'll get the swag bag, and 2 and 3 we'll get 2 rounds of golf to Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. We'll go with 3 winners. Here's how you enter. Are you listening on 105.9 The Zone, or are you streaming the show? 105.9 The Zone or streaming the show? Question 1. Question 2, where are you listening from? Lumberton? Yeah. Kosciuszko. We already had a Kosciuszko this morning.
Lumberton's lit.
Yeah, well, Lumberton is lit.
I've jumped over
They got
there.
a bunch of thumpers there. We talk about that. They got a bunch of thumpers down in Lumberton.
Yeah.
All right. So where are you listening from? And then third, what are you looking forward to over what is like, is it food? Is it a game? Is it a beverage? Is it hanging out with someone? All right. What are you looking forward to over Thanksgiving holidays is the third question. All right. And Andre is in Brookhaven. Cool.
Andre.
Thank you, Andre.
Great listener.
He says, Ole Miss hires Chip Kelly. They're not hiring Chip Kelly. Ole Miss seems to believe that they've got John Summerall
Why?
locked up over Auburn and Florida if Lane goes to LSU. All right? So the Golden Moon Casino text line is 601-885-3776. We want to hear from you. Twitter X at Bo Bounds, brought to you by Eye Care Professionals. Let's take a look at what all could happen here in the world of college football as we take a look at the board and move the chess pieces around. Brought to you by Eye Care Professionals, Dr. Kirk Jeffries. If you need cataract surgery, LASIK surgery, or just a routine eye exam so that you can see the baseball, the football, or drive, right? Or softball, tennis ball, Eye Care Professionals, 2 locations on Lakeland Drive, 1 in Jackson, Flowood, Belmead. Eye Care Professionals, cataract surgery, routine eye exam, Dr. Kirk Jeffries, and the team at Eye Care Professionals. Let's take a look at what could happen. Lane could stay. That means LSU, Auburn, and Florida still have to fill their jobs. Those are big jobs, big money. All 3 have won the national championship in the 2000s. LSU, 3. Auburn, 1. Played for another one. Florida, 2. And been to several SEC championship games. All 3 programs. If Lane goes to LSU, now we got to fill Ole Miss, Auburn, and Florida. And then what opens up filling those jobs? Missouri, Southern Miss, Georgia Tech. I don't know.
The ripple.
Yeah. The ripple effect of the silly season is coming. And it's wild. And we've got Lane Kiffin here in Oxford, Mississippi, who is the talk of college football. As soon as we get the games going tomorrow, some of it will, because the NFL is the NFL. Okay?
Right.
It's bigger, bad. I mean, it's a billion times bigger than college football. And as soon as we get going tomorrow with Chiefs, Cowboys, and some other things happening, then it won't, and somebody listening to our show that's an Ole Miss fan or a Mississippi State fan or an Alabama or LSU, but it will in like national markets, they will go NFL heavy.
Oh man. Yeah.
Packers lines, Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary game.
Let's go.
Packers lines at 12, and then 3:30 on CBS, Chiefs at the Cowboys. And Chiefs are a 3.5 point favorite. And then the nightcap is Bengals and Ravens.
Bengals.
All right, let's drop the
Joe Burrow Bengals because he's back.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if.
All right, hang on.
It's possible.
This is Ari Wasserman on Andy Staples' show talking about the Ole Miss and LSU job.
I don't know if it's possible, or it is possible, but I guess I don't think that it's impossible to change as a human while not changing the fabric of who you are, which is he's a climber. He's been a climber his entire life, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So, I don't know that. I think that Ole Miss is a wonderful job. I think that Ole Miss can win a national title, maybe as soon as this year. I don't know. They are a really good team, and they have proven for 2 years in a row now that they were able to get enough good players to be considered to be in that. And I think that as long as the rules stay the way that they are now, that'll continue to be the case. But Ole Miss's ceiling is LSU's expectation. And I think when that happens, you are going to have financial advantages, you're going to have geographical advantages, and you're going to have administrative and fan support advantages that just don't exist at these other places. So if you're going to put me on the spot right now and say, hey, where do you think Lane Kiffin is going to go? Or why do you think Lane Kiffin would go? It's because, it's the nicest house in the nicest neighborhood. You can buy a house in a nice neighborhood and renovate it and make it awesome, but it's still not going to be the mansion down the street. I think that LSU is the mansion down the street. And I think LSU would speak to Lane Kiffin on that level. I don't know if it's possible.
All right, so that was Ari Wasserman on the Andy Staples show talking about Ole Miss and LSU. And Ole Miss is a good job, but there is a difference in Ohio State, LSU, Georgia, Texas, Florida, Bama, among other programs.
Yeah.
All right?
So it's a big gap.
Yeah. And even with the leveling of the playing field and the portal, there is still a gap. And there's still beachfront 30A. There's off, being one street off is still good. Two streets is still good. Bottom line is LSU is on the beach. It's the big $22 million house on the beach at Alice Beach. 7,500 square feet, all windows. You're looking at the water. It's all good. Okay? That's what LSU is. LSU, Georgia, Ohio State, and then you can kind of work back from there. Florida's not far off. They just haven't been run. Again, they've won 2 national championships in the 2000s, and they've had multiple coaches that aren't considered good coaches go to the SEC championship game. But Florida could be in a slippery slope here. If Lane does go to LSU and if Ole Miss lands John Summerall, does Florida go Jed Fish, who has been obsessed with Steve Spurrier since he was a kid, and he's the head football coach at the University of Washington. He was at the University of Arizona a couple years ago when they came into town into Starkville with that good little playmaker at quarterback, and Mississippi State won in overtime, I think. It was Arnett's, one of his Power 5 wins. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. Want to say good morning, welcome in. And Thanksgiving is here. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Have fun. Be careful.
You gonna show me the money.
I'll tell you who's going to be the guest next. Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. I'm your host, Bo Bounds. We just had a request for some smoot from my buddy, Ben, from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So let's just roll. Let's do this. Hold on. What are we doing?
If you're smart, you go get somebody that's 300 pounds and smell like bacon that's ready to come out the end because we need defensive linemen.
Yes, you do. You need defensive linemen in Starkville, Mississippi. Goodness gracious.
Hey, you know, I work for the Navy. And, you know, anytime I get around boats, I get overzealous. I'm good, Bo Bow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good, Bo Bow. I'm good, Bo Bow.
Man. You know, we had Smoot on, and he was talking about Dan Snyder, the former owner. He's not very popular, of the Washington Commanders or Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
This was funny.
Well, because the team owns a lot of the shows.
Oh, okay.
All right, the teams own a lot of the shows, especially a lot of TV shows, especially when it comes to Comcast and all that type stuff.
Okay.
So this is literally through the team. But I don't let them off the hook just because I'm a part of the team. If I want to rip them, they know I'm gonna rip them.
Has
I don't
Dan
care.
Snyder ever said stop ripping us?
No, because Dan know I'm gonna rip them.
Okay.
Like Dan let me be me. Like that's why Dan always loved me because he was just Dan to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about you being a billionaire. All right, you just Dan, and me talking to him like that. That's why I'm one of the few people that he would literally talk to anytime.
And you've hung out with him socially.
So, I'd have hung out with Dan so many times, and then I had to come to tell that Dan the truth one day. I like, Dan, you remember the first time? Because Dan loves to throw, like, team parties for Christmas and stuff.
Right.
He'll invite the team to his house. Billionaire's house is very large. And I told Dan, you remember the first time you threw that Christmas party in 01? He like, yeah, we had a great time. I was just totally wasted, just enjoyed ourselves.
Right.
And I said, Dan, my stomach got upset that day. And I went in your bathroom and had to really, I had to really show a billionaire's bathroom how millionaires get down.
What did you think about that? Straight funk, Jackson Meadows?
That is a guy. If that doesn't encapsulate that guy as a person, I don't know what does.
Okay.
That's a really good clip.
I'm impressed with what you just everything that you just did.
Me too.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
What got into you?
You know, man, I'm Jeopardy.
You know, I think you are getting better as a producer since you're watching so much Jeopardy.
I'm telling you. The Jeopardy is just, it makes you a well-rounded human.
And that's what I think of when I think of you. When I sit there and I think of Jackson Meadows.
Right.
Alex Trebek.
Yeah. I think of a well-rounded human.
Yeah. I was voted best all around in 9th grade. So, I mean.
Were you really?
Of course.
I was Mr. NWR.
Best all
1986.
around. So you were also a star student or something in the Clarion Ledger.
Clarion Ledger, star student, yeah.
Okay.
Danny Dozen.
Okay. And what year was that?
2010.
No. What grade were you in?
So that
I don't know what
that was
12.
year
You're in each grade.
12th grade. I was the Clarion Ledger star student. Yeah.
Okay. Was that with Clinton or Mount Salus?
Mount Salus, baby.
Okay. All right.
Got a little help.
Now, are you one of those that still goes to, because you graduated with 11 people?
Yeah, 17.
17 people. All right. Do you still consider yourself a Clinton alum?
Yeah.
And would you go as you get older? So you've already passed your 10-year reunion.
Right.
Would you consider, if some buddies from Clinton that you grew up with said, when you're 38, they said, hey, come to the 20th.
Yeah, I'll be invited.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be.
You would go.
Yeah,
because, you were with that group for a long time until a few weeks into your senior year.
Right.
When you decided to F-bomb somebody or something.
Well, we got, yeah.
Or you were drinking on campus,
yeah,
something.
one of them deals. I mean, we're just partying, and when it comes down to it.
I mean, you just want to get out with the get out.
I was just there to have a good time. I made good grades, and I played sports, and I didn't behave very well, but other than that.
I mean.
Well, I'm not going to lie, I'm drunk.
Yeah, well, that was on them.
Okay.
Makes school more interesting.
Well, it really does.
Yeah, I mean, I was just too good at it.
I mean, how many women are going to be like, this is Jackson Meadows? I mean, come on now.
They know.
I mean, look, he is on the producer of Bo Bound Show.
That's it.
I mean, we've got to get.
Dude, the Clintonians claim me. If they still claim me, I can still show up.
Do you think the Clinton eras still claim you?
Reluctantly.
Okay.
But they have to, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to.
if anybody was an administrator or teacher,
Don't ask them.
And was
Please.
there when Jackson was at Clinton, please text the show. The Golden Moon Casino text line is 601-885-3776.
I probably need to apologize. I probably need to apologize to them before they do that.
Okay. Do you just want to go ahead?
And
apologize
I'll
to?
refrain because I'm not very apologetic about anything that happened over there.
Okay.
You got to treat your stars better than that.
Were you going to start in any sports at Clinton as a senior?
For sure.
Where and what?
If I wouldn't have gotten kicked off the basketball team, I probably would have had a good shot there. Thanks, Bruce.
You got kicked off. Hold on.
Yeah,
Did you get kicked off the basketball team first and then kicked out of school?
Yeah.
So you went for the trifecta.
I was trying. Football. It was hard to get kicked out of football.
It's virtually impossible.
It was really
to get
hard.
kicked off a high school football
It's
team.
really
if
tough.
you can play,
Right.
whether you're a
soccer?
starter or in the rotation,
Couldn't play soccer.
it is virtually impossible to get kicked off a high school football team if you can produce or contribute at any level.
Any.
Yes,
Even on the hands, if you're just a hands team,
no question,
you can get there.
no doubt.
No,
I mean, you may have to do this, or this to stay on the team,
Right.
but it's not like an SEC football team where it is really difficult to get kicked off an SEC football team. But it is difficult to get kicked off your high school. Now, if you don't play,
You're expensive. Yeah. Get out of here.
gone.
Yeah.
But if you play, and there is a double standard, if you play,
Yeah.
then you are it's extremely difficult.
I would have started bowling too. For sure.
You were on the bowling
Yeah,
team.
that'd have been a third
Were you
year.
on the Clinton and Mount Salus or just the Clinton?
Mount Salus couldn't dare have a bowling team.
Didn't have enough people.
Nah, no way.
Got it.
But yeah, Clinton definitely did.
Okay. How many people were in your class at Clinton?
I probably
300 or 400?
Probably right around 275, 300 if I had to remember, if I had to take a whack at it.
Okay.
And I probably knew all
I
the
had
names.
396 at Northwest Rankin.
We were selected.
I think you may be low.
I think we had a lot of people fail. My sister, who's a year younger than me, they had a huge class. Like 20% of them came from our class. And I'm not exaggerating. It was a big drop. We lost 10% of our class in 8th grade.
You're probably just throwing stuff out. But you did lose some people.
Oh, we lost a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
I think I graduated with 41 or 39.
That's more than I thought it
from
would be.
MRA.
What are they
But
at
that was a
today?
long time ago. My kids, once they got there, but then as their enrollment exploded,
like 80.
They ended
that
up,
where they're at?
So they ended up, I think 50 or 60. Then it went to 80 quick. Then it went to 90.
Are they above?
And then
100?
they've got a bunch of classes that have 100 now.
Good gracious.
But
Where are they
they're
putting these kids?
they're still, it's still small, 20 people in classes type deal. So they could have 120, 130, 140 in their classes, but they don't want to mess up the numbers
ratio,
thing.
yeah.
That's why they got the wait list.
Is
And
that W-E?
just the way it's
GHT or the WAIT?
whichever way you want to. It's Wednesday going into Thanksgiving, and
I
we're
mean,
gonna make White Russians in the third hour.
That'll help my
or
weight.
you.
That'll help my weight.
Well, I'm not going to lie, I'm drunk.
Yeah,
Both weights.
I hope.
We're gonna give Daddy the Rain
Well,
Man.
I didn't want
suite.
to
You dig
play that.
We're going to Vegas, Mike.
Vegas! You think we get there by midnight?
Money, we're gonna be up
I
5.
need to pause that there. Okay. Brad Edwards coming up next. Brad Edwards, 25 years at ESPN, from Jackson, Mississippi, went to the University of Alabama, 25 years at ESPN. Brad Edwards, we'll talk Bama, may hit some lane. Brad Edwards will join us next on the Farm Bureau Insurance Guest Line. Hey, don't forget about game day. Martin's in Livingston. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Amazing appetizers, burgers and sandwiches, great drinks, super cool bar. Martin's in Livingston is the Grand Slam for game day. Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show. ESPN 105.9 The Zone. The Rogue Men's Store. Today, Friday and Saturday at the Rogue Men's Store, right there south of Highland Village in the iconic building. The Rogue Men's Store, 20% off the entire store. Today, Friday, and Saturday, 20% off the entire store at the Rogue Men's Store in Jackson. Don't forget that Spring Street Cigars is also located in that building. And it's so the Rogue moved up to the front of the building, totally renovated that space. So it's like a brand new store in the same building. And then Spring Street Cigars took the 3 floors in the back. You got a full bar, floor 1, first floor. Second floor, you've got a lounge area to smoke your cigar or have a beverage. You've got a walk-in humidor that's absolutely beautiful with Davidoff and Fuente and Rocky Patel cigars. Third floor, another lounge area and the private club. And then outside on the I-55 side of the Rogue building, Spring Street Cigars, you got a rooftop deck, which is beautiful. It's really, really nice. See all the way up and down I-55. But 20% off at everything in the store at the Rogue Men's Store today, Friday, and Saturday. We want to welcome in our friend Brad Edwards, who spent 25 years at ESPN. He joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. This is 105.9 The Zone ESPN. Brad, we ask everybody this. Have you talked to Lane Kiffin?
No. Haven't spoken to Lane in about 10 years. So
okay,
can't help you.
All right, so it's Bama Auburn week, and you've lived this for some time, the Iron Bowl, and Auburn's looking for a coach, and they have an interim coach, and Bama has to go down there and win to go to the college football playoff. So all the pressure is on the Alabama Crimson Tide as they face interim coach DJ Durkin. Is that how you see it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you want to say Auburn has something on the line other than pride, it would be bowl eligibility. Now, how much does the team really care about, becoming 6-6 and going to whatever bowl that might give them? I mean, beating Alabama is a far bigger deal and ruining their season than it would be whatever consolation you would get in making your own bowl appearance. But this is for everything for Alabama. And if they don't blow that Oklahoma game, they probably don't have to win this. At the same time, I would say that if you are Alabama and you lose not only to Florida State and Auburn in the same season, given what those teams are this season, if you lose both of those, you don't even deserve to be in the conversation for the playoff.
Agreed.
And especially when you consider one of them was the first game of the season and the other is the last game of the season. The slow start is understandable. Whatever happened, and they got better or whatever. But if you cap it off by losing to Auburn, you deserve to be out of the playoff, and that's exactly where they will be if they lose this game. And so this essentially is a playoff game for Alabama because they must win this to keep the season going as far as, the part of the season that has any chance to end with the national championship. It starts here and they have to win. And so this is a playoff type thing for them. And I'm sure for Auburn, it's going to feel the same way, which is like, this is their season right here. This is their opportunity to do something that they can remember. And, the strange thing about this rivalry, I mean, we love to say with all big rivalries, just throw out the records. They don't matter. Anybody can win. Anything can happen. That's not actually true for the Iron Bowl. I did this research years ago, and I believe that there's been only one time in the entire Alabama-Auburn rivalry that an unranked team has beaten a top 10 team. That said, the last 2 times Alabama has gone down there to Jordan-Hare, this has been the situation. Like, it's been Alabama with playoff hopes on the line, against an Auburn team that was really playing for nothing other than the rivalry itself. And both of those games, 2021 and 2023, Alabama needed a minor miracle to survive and come out of there with a win. So even though history tells you this is a game that Alabama in this case, but whenever it's the team that is expected to win is going to win, it happened with the winner getting out of there by the skin of its teeth the last couple of times. That trend was in play. So I expect something very similar this weekend. I think this ends up being a full 4-quarter game.
How surprised are you that Alabama can't run the football?
At this point, I'm not surprised. But midway through the season, it was quite shocking. And you look at the guys. They're obviously all high 4-star, 5-star recruits, and they look the part. Most of them are 340, 350, 360. These are enormous guys, and they can't push anybody around. I've never sat there and watched the game over and really scrutinized the offensive line play. I don't know if it's a case of it just on any given play, like one guy always gets beat, and that's the reason the play blows up. Like, in other words, is it 3 or 4 guys are doing what they're supposed to do, and the one guy that screws it up ends up, having the play busted? Or is it just a simple case of, none of them are really that good? I think the center is good. But other than that, I think, they all struggle at various points in a game. And, the thing for me is that in college football, I think in football in general these days, if you can't run the ball, that's okay. As long as you can pass protect, you can win at a really high level in college football with a mediocre running game if you just give your quarterback time to throw and you have a talented quarterback and good receivers, which Alabama does. The problem is that in addition to being atrocious at run blocking, they're slightly better, maybe, average at pass blocking. And that's been the issue in the last few weeks. Ty Simpson has his accuracy has dropped off, and I think it's because he's just getting so much pressure. And sometimes he's even feeling the pressure when it's not there, or expecting the pressure when it's not there. And I think if you look at this Alabama team and you point a finger at why are they even in a position right now where making the playoffs is a question, it's the offensive line, just clearly. Now, I also think Alabama's running backs, and especially the one who gets the majority of the carries, Jam Miller, I don't think he's a great running back either. Certainly compared to some of the guys Alabama's had, in recent years. But, he tends to dance around a lot, doesn't hit the hole quickly. And it's crazy. I watch games on Saturday, and name your team. I'm flipping channels, and you'll see someone break off a run, and I'll think to myself, Alabama hasn't broken off a run like that all year. I may be exaggerating here, but off the top of my head, get rid of the Eastern Illinois and Louisiana Monroe, whatever. Just stick to the 9 games they played against Power 4 competition. I don't think Alabama has more than 3 runs of 20+ yards this year.
Yikes!
And most of the time, it feels like, I could be wrong, but it feels like 80% of their running plays gain a maximum of 3 yards. And a lot of time the guys are getting hit in the backfield. And it's bad. It's really, really bad. I don't know if you remember this, Bo, but I think it was 1994 when Georgia had Eric Zier. They had a great passing game, but for whatever reason, they could not run the ball. They may have even had Terrell Davis as a running back then, but they could not run the ball. And at the end of one game, I want to say it was the cocktail party, but after the game was over, Ray Goff in the post-game press conference said that he had come to the decision. Obviously, he's very frustrated at this point. He says, I've reached the decision that a running play is a wasted play, and we're just not going to run the ball anymore. Now, obviously, they they didn't. It wasn't like Army or Navy where they have 0 running plays in a game. They still did it a few times, but for the most part, he kept his word, and they just threw. And I really think I felt like for a month now that's what Alabama needs to do. Just stop wasting plays with 1 or 2 yard runs. Just go out there and throw it. And with the talent that they have at quarterback and receiver, throw the ball 3 times, you should gain 10 yards. Move the chains.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, at this point, there's just no way it's going to get any better.
Right.
I don't know what you're expecting when you continue to run the ball the way they are, but it is bad, and it really is hard to believe when you consider the supposed talent or talent profile of the offensive linemen and the running backs.
Yeah, I did not think. We're visiting with Brad Edwards. He spent 25 years at ESPN college football team. He's joining us on the Out of Bounds show, brought to you by the Rogue Men's Store. 20% off everything in the store today, Friday and Saturday. I did not think that in year 2, Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb coming back to join him as the offensive coordinator. I'm not saying that I thought maybe they'd be top 10 in rushing, but I didn't think they'd be this bad, Brad, with the portal and the way they recruit.
Although I think if you look at his team at Washington, and you look at their offensive line and the type of players that they had there, much like we discussed last year, where the quarterback he inherited, Jalen Milroe, was not his type of quarterback for the system he wants to run. I would also say that these, 330, 340-pound offensive linemen are not his style either, and he kind of inherited them. And so, assuming DeBoer is there for 3 more years, I think what you'll see is that the offensive line is going to get a little bit smaller, more athletic, more agile, where they can do just basically built for the types of things that he wants to do. He's not a guy it's not going to be power running, between the tackles, pancake blocks, all that old school stuff. That's not going to be his style of running the ball. But when you can throw the ball really well and you spread out a defense and then you can just hit them with some runs here and there, it can be very effective in terms of yards per rush. And I think that's what I would expect that you would get out of Alabama, probably 2 years from now. But I think they're still dealing with, kind of the players, the holdovers from the Saban recruiting classes that obviously, they're the types of players that worked well for what Alabama did offensively back then. But I don't know that they're the greatest fit for what DeBoer wants to do now.
Okay. And how about Auburn, Brad? Their strength is defense. They're actually really good. They've been awful under Freeze on offense. And, Durkin has got a lot of experience, as you know, at Ole Miss and A&M and Auburn now in the league with some other experience too. Alabama should win the game, but it's like Auburn's strength is defense, so they could give them a hard time throughout the night on Saturday night, don't you think?
Yeah, they absolutely could. And outside of Vanderbilt, nobody has really had a good offensive game against Auburn this year. And it makes you wonder, what is the maximum Alabama could score? How many points are they going to need to win this? And of course, the other factor is that since Auburn went away from Jackson Arnold at quarterback, that they've started moving the ball and started scoring some points. Now, it's a small sample. Alabama's defense, I would say, is a good bit better than the ones that we've seen that offensive improvement from Auburn against. But I think that's let's put it this way. If you're Alabama, you don't want to fall behind in this game. You definitely don't want to get behind by more than 1 score, because that Auburn defense is good enough that it's going to be difficult to put together multiple scores if you need to come back and win the game. So I think the first quarter of this game is going to be a really big deal because of not only the quality of Auburn's defense, but also Auburn's offense and And even though it has been a lot better the last two games, I can certainly see where if their offense was struggling and they fell behind, that they could start pressing offensively and start making a lot of mistakes, because that's not their strength. So it certainly shapes up to be, a defensive game where I don't think it's far-fetched to think that 20 points could win it. But you know what? Oklahoma is also a very good defense.
They are.
And Alabama played them 2 weeks ago, and they scored 3 touchdowns on them, and they gave away, I don't know how many other opportunities that they could have scored. So they, despite not being able to run the ball, they still moved the ball pretty well and had a lot of opportunities to score against Oklahoma. So it really is hard. Here's the thing, like my feeling about a month ago, when it looked like Alabama was going to go into the Iron Bowl with 1 loss, I was certain that they were going to lose to Auburn. Like, it just set up with that typical kind of game that would be a letdown for a Kalen DeBoer team on the road against an unranked team, especially if Alabama had already clinched a spot in the SEC championship game, had pretty much already clinched a spot in the playoff. I had no doubt they were going to lose to Auburn. Now that they lost to Oklahoma, and it is a must-win for Alabama for chances of winning the SEC and making the college football playoff, my attitude toward the game changes a lot because like I said earlier, this basically is a survival game here, much different than I thought it was going to set up, and so I think it's intriguing now to see, okay, what does Alabama do with its back against the wall? And I would say that the last time we saw them in that position was at Georgia. When they had lost the opener to Florida State, they beat a couple of teams out of conference that they were expected to beat, and then they opened conference play, game number 4, with that game in Athens. And you felt like, look, if you drop 2 games before the end of September, you're just not going to be able to put together the run that you need to keep your season alive. And they found a way to win that game. And so I think there is some evidence that this team, when it is in a must-win situation, when backs are against the wall, that they can kind of crank it up a notch. And I think they're going to have to on Saturday.
Brad Edwards spent 25 years at ESPN. He joins us on the Out of Bounds show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, driven by your next GMC Sierra truck at Fowler GMC, Pearl Brandon. All right, Brad, let's switch gears. Through all your travels, Southern Cal with Pete Carroll, all your game day travels, ESPN radio, did you ever meet Kiffin through all your years with ESPN?
Yeah, actually, it was at USC. That was. In fact, I was trying to think what year that was. I said 10 years ago earlier. I think it was longer than that. Whenever he was head coach at USC, we went there for a game when they were playing Stanford. I believe it was when Andrew Luck was still. Actually, it might have been right after Andrew Luck. But it was I can't remember if they were both in the top 10. I'm pretty sure Stanford was in the top 10. But it was a big game at the Coliseum, and talked to Kiffin the day before the game. I can't remember if I probably did interview him at ESPN when they had the preseason coaches car wash, in July before SEC Media Days. It's been a long time since I talked to him, but I have talked to him before.
All right, so you interviewed him when he was the head coach at Southern Cal. Ed Ogeron was out there, and so on. Was he weird? Was he? No, just totally. No. All right, tell me about it.
Yeah, no, and in fact, it's. I mean, look, I've obviously never been around him in an environment where he was, where his guard was down, and I mean, because I'm a media member who he doesn't really know, so it's not like he's going to be cracking jokes and everything. But the times that I have been around him, I'm not saying like he's stiff, but he was just serious in the way that you would expect a coach to be, who's in the middle of the season. But yeah, it's kind of funny because if you are just around him talking football and in that environment, you don't see that side of him that comes out on social media. With whatever you would call that, snark or whatever. And so it is kind of funny to see the way that he is when he's interacting and taking his little jabs here and there, because who he is in a kind of a public space seems a little bit inconsistent with that. And so it is I guess a little strange to see the way and I'm sure he is one of those guys who, when he's alone with the team or with the coaching staff or whatever, probably has a lot of laughs and does all that stuff.
Sure.
But at least around the media, he's not. I wouldn't say he just ever struck me as much different than most of the guys that we covered.
I love it. Brad Edwards, 25 years at ESPN, joining us to talk a little Alabama and Auburn. According to the latest college football playoff rankings, they would play at Ole Miss if we did this thing today. So
that's what Alabama would be at Ole Miss?
Yeah.
Last year, now granted it was the first year of the 12-team format, and so it's one season sample. And they didn't do it last year. But I would be interested to see if the committee, when it comes down to it, if they would actually create opening round games between teams. Now, in this case, they didn't play each other this season, which I guess would give them a little bit more leeway. But, in some of these cases, they could easily create conference matchups of games that had already been played earlier in the season. And I just happen to think that if it comes down to it, no matter what they say, no matter what their guidelines say, that if they can move one team up or down a spot to keep that from happening, to have a conference matchup in the first round of the playoffs, I think they would do it. Maybe I'll be proven wrong this year, but if there are 5 or 6 teams from the SEC, then that might be difficult to avoid. But we'll see how it shakes out.
Hey, Brad, thanks so much. Happy Thanksgiving, my man.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody there, too. Take care.
Brad Edwards grew up here in Jackson, Mississippi. Went to the University of Alabama, 25 years with ESPN. He joined us on the farm. Bureau Insurance Guest Line. Where's a cool spot for game day? Well, it's Martin's in Livingston. Beautiful restaurant and bar. And fabulous food. Martin's in Livingston. From the gumbo and the wings to the po' boys. And, of course, the blue plates daily throughout the week. Good morning. Welcome in. I think we're going to make some White Russians for Jackson Meadows. If I make a White Russian, will you drink one? Okay, he said yes. We'll raise a toast to his high school playing career. Back in a second. I think we.
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
All systems go.
Live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the Bank Plus studio.
This is Sound Warning.
Live in the studio. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Streaming live worldwide on the Out of Bounds radio app. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9.
All set? Let's go.
The Zone.
Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, brought to you by the Men's Clinic in Madison and the Men's Clinic in Brandon. All right, they'll walk you through and help you through and assist you and guide you through the aging process for men. Their website, themanthing.com, whether you're low testosterone, sex drive, low energy, the Men's Clinic in Madison and the Men's Clinic in Brandon. Check them out today. TheManThing.com. This is 105.9 The Zone ESPN.
Maybe your fan base would rather lose to Alabama.
Ooh. We're streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. And the Golden Moon Casino text line is 601-885-3776. Twitter X at Bo Bounds. Brought to you by MSSmartHomes.com. Jake Manning. Mississippi Smart Homes. Get your home smart. And don't forget about the Sonos surround sound system, which is awesome to watch games, to watch movies, and to listen to music in your home, living room, entertainment room, wherever you are. Mississippi Smart Homes, MSSmartHomes.com. MSSmartHomes.com. And then the Key City caller line, 601-707-3750. Key City beer, straight out of Vicksburg. Over there where Jackson Meadows grew up.
It's where, I think that's where I got rich.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boats, baby.
Okay. All right, well, there you go. We need an out-of-bounds roll call. Is Lane staying or going? Text us, 601-885-3776. We have some audio of Ari Wasserman was on the Andy Staples show, and they were talking about, God, this has been debated, hasn't it? The difference between the Ole Miss, LSU, and Florida job. But we do this every year, though, through the silly season and the coaching carousel, because all of us have our tiers and like to tier it out and so on, and our biases and our, so on. But this is Ari Wasserman on the Andy Staples show talking about the Ole Miss LSU job.
I don't know if it's possible, or it is possible, but I guess I don't think that it's impossible to change as a human while not changing the fabric of who you are, which is he's a climber. He's been a climber his entire life, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know that. I think that Ole Miss is a wonderful job. I think that Ole Miss can win a national title maybe as soon as this year. I don't know. They are a really good team, and they have proven for 2 years in a row now that they were able to get enough good players to be considered to be in that. And I think that as long as the rules stay the way that they are now, that'll continue to be the case. But Ole Miss's ceiling is LSU's expectation. And I think when that happens, you are going to have financial advantages, you're going to have geographical advantages, and you're going to have administrative and fan support advantages that just don't exist at these other places. So if you're going to put me on the spot right now and say, hey, where do you think Lane Kiffin is going to go? Or why do you think Lane Kiffin would go? It's because, it's the nicest house in the nicest neighborhood. You can buy a house in a nice neighborhood and renovate it and make it awesome, but it's still not going to be the mansion down the street. I think that LSU is the mansion down the street. And I think LSU would speak to Lane Kiffin on that level.
All right, so that was Ari Wasserman with Andy Staples covering college football. And he talks about how Lane's a climber.
Yeah.
He is. And Lane kind of talked about it within the last week. It's all he's ever known.
Right.
With his dad moving around. He said for a while he resented that. And then he went to Monty Kiffin's funeral and realized how many people he met throughout all the years moving around in the NFL. I thought that was interesting.
Cool.
That Lane, I'm paraphrasing, that Lane talked about that during one of the press conferences within the last week. No doubt he's always been a climber.
Yeah.
Moving doesn't, I wanted to live in this community, and this is where I like to live. And I love to travel, but I love living here, quality of life. It's close to the things that I like. And I love where we live here too, within the community. And I like the community. I like the people. Some people, we all have friends that we went to high school or college with that have moved all around.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that either. It just depends on how you're wired, career track, kind of what's happening.
Yep.
And Lane has moved all over. I mean, he has been everywhere, from Southern Cal to the Oakland Raiders to Tennessee, to back to Southern Cal to Alabama to Florida Atlantic to Ole Miss. He's been at Ole Miss for 6 years.
Long time.
Which is an eternity in this profession of coaching. It doesn't matter if it's football, basketball, or baseball. It's an eternity. With the way there's so much money in the sports, as y'all know, and the demand to win, especially in the big conferences. But he is a climber.
Yeah.
And LSU is the biggest mansion in the neighborhood. And I've said this weeks ago. Well, I've said it for years. LSU, Georgia, Ohio State. Yeah. And then it kind of depends on what's going on. Yes, Bama, but it is more difficult to win there than the other three I just referenced.
What about Texas?
Texas, no doubt, monster. They can't seem to get it going quite at the level that maybe we expect them to. For the better part of just my last 40 years, they've underachieved.
Yeah.
They were awful in the 80s. In the 90s, they were not any good. And then Mac Brown got hired in the late 90s. He got them going.
3 years.
They bottled it there in the 2000s. They won the championship, but they're also a team that can trip over 9 wins. So can LSU. Last year, LSU won 9 games. Their fan base was totally checked out.
Yeah.
That's the difference in expectations. Ole Miss won 9 games last year. It was considered a really good season.
Right.
Now, they wanted to go to the college football playoff. They were disappointed losing to Kentucky and Florida, and LSU, I guess. But you see where I'm going there. I mean, LSU thought it was a trash season last year.
Yeah, it was.
And then this year, they really regressed and didn't do what they needed to do. They are an absolute monster.
Yeah.
And they can get ready to roll in just a few seconds with the right guy. And we've talked about it forever. Good grief. Les Miles won a national championship there.
Did he ever do anything else, ever? Like, what did he do at OK State to even warrant getting the LSU job?
He upset Oklahoma, and I think he was winning like 7 or 8 games a year, which is good.
Would he ride that Oklahoma upset? Was that the one, and then he bolted?
I don't know if it was that same year that Saban went to the Dolphins, but he did beat them once. And that was when Stoops was rolling at Oklahoma, because Stoops early in his career was really rolling at Oklahoma. I mean, they were good throughout, but he was wearing people out early. And Les being a Michigan man and tied to Bo Schembechler, back then in the early 2000s gave him more of a bump. People had him going to Michigan, as we all know, at some point. He decided to stay at LSU, had a nice run, but eventually he couldn't do what so many struggle with, and that's finding the offense.
Yeah.
I mean, Shane Beamer and Mark Stoops can't hire good offensive coordinators. Les could never either get out of the way. He was a former offensive lineman under Bo Schembechler when all they did was 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But he could never get out of the way of all that talent on offense. Ed Ogeron tried to get in the way until he got Joe Brady in there and Joe Burrow. Back in a second. Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 1059 The Zone. Okay. We are excited about rivalry week. I don't know if you're a Mississippi State fan, but there's going to be some good games. I guess the battle for the Golden Egg could be a good game. I've got Ole Miss by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And this is a mismatch talent-wise and a massive gap as far as coaching. And I know people talk about last year being closer than you thought, and it was. Yeah. But Ole Miss had lost that 3rd game to Florida.
Right.
And they went to the Outback Bowl or something, and that wasn't what their goal and expectations were from January till Labor Day.
No.
As far as getting ramped up for the season. And so when Florida upset them down in Gainesville, I mean, they just went through the motions. Now, I mean, Mississippi State still played hard, and that's fine. But once Ole Miss wanted to do what they wanted to do, they were going through the motions. They got a lot to play for.
Both.
Because Ole Miss to go to the college football, they lose, they may not, we just don't know. Okay, they still may be in, but we're not sure. If they win, they're in.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if the committee will dock them, depending on what Lane does as far as seeding, but
why wouldn't they? Why would they not? They've already proven. I mean, the precedent's been set, has it not?
Right. That doesn't mean that they have to act on it, but it has been set.
That's true.
That's exactly right.
It's a new committee, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different committee.
Yeah, but I think they are just going to go by what
the other committee's done.
Now, they may not ding them like losing a starting quarterback.
Well, is Lane that valuable?
Yes, he is.
As I agree.
Well, yes.
Yes.
He is. So, and somebody asked me earlier about Pete Golding as the head coach. I think Pete may decide to do that at some point, and I would think that he would want to cut his teeth at the G5 level at a Tulane or a Troy or something like that. He's making $2.5+ million a year. His wife is from North Mississippi. She loves Oxford. He does have ties to Louisiana. But I don't see Pete as the head coach. I think what people believe is if for some reason Lane doesn't, or there could be many reasons, Lane doesn't coach Ole Miss in the college football playoffs, Joe Judge, who we've talked about a lot.
Yeah.
I know Joe, and yes, he's a Mississippi State alum, and yes, he was in the NFL with Belichick and former Giants coach and all that. He's been with Lane. This is year 2. He's kind of like the associate head coach without having that title.
Yeah.
But he's well compensated. He's on the sideline. He helps Lane coach the quarterbacks, and he's a big piece of the puzzle as far as what they need to do situationally.
Right.
Not that Lane's not already good at that, but just like on this show with these guys, I need all the feedback and help and topics that think are cool or something to incorporate into the show. And even though Lane is one of the best in the country in college football, it doesn't hurt to have Joe Judge, who's been a special teams coordinator at a high level for the New England Patriots and also been a head coach and understands what he did well and didn't do well, there. So I think he'll be bumped up. And then if Lane leaves and if they don't, if Ole Miss, Chancellor Glenn Boyce and Keith Carter decide, okay, you are leaving.
Yeah.
You're not coaching the team. Did have an Ole Miss fan say he's going to go to the NFL, that he's going to either end up with the Titans. He had Cam Ward committed at one point. And of course he coached Jackson Dart for 3 years and they had a awesome partnership and very, very successful in the connection and while Lane may not have a personal relationship with a lot of the players, he does with his quarterbacks.
Yes.
And he and Jackson Dart, that's what a great partnership's all about. They elevated each other. Lane made Dart better. Dart made Lane better.
Big time.
But this is Lane's best. This is Lane Kiffin's best coaching job. And, you look at his staff. Pete Golding's fantastic. But you look at Jake Schoonover, their special teams coordinator. He's excellent.
Really?
Okay. And Lane plucked him, I think, from Brom when Brom was.
Wow.
Was that Brom's last year at Purdue? I have to go back and look. And then somebody else to keep an eye on is John Garrison, and that's Lane's offensive line coach. They were not sure how good that they were going to be on the line this year, and they have rolled out a good. They may not be great, and I don't know who's great
right
now in the trenches anymore, but they're more than good enough. And Lane didn't have a running game last year, and he told you everything you needed to know at SEC Media Days this past year, and we talked about it nonstop afterwards because it was the one thing that jumped out at me was, hey, we couldn't finish games last year, and we couldn't finish games because we couldn't run the damn ball other than running Dart, who got tattooed all year.
Yeah.
This year, y'all know, he's got Lacey and Trinidad, who can both run the football.
Speaking of them too, what did you make of their? You know, they had a little presser yesterday, or what's today? Wednesday. Didn't they have a press recently?
Yeah.
They reiterated that they were committed to Lane. They're
Ole
fans of
Miss,
Lane,
let me tell you, Ole Miss is working overtime to make sure that the players say the right thing.
Yeah.
And nobody does a better job at that than Ole Miss. First of all, they've worked the media the last 3 weeks. Believe me, I know.
Longer.
And I mean, they have worked local, regional, and national people to try to play from the same sheet of music. Some have, some hadn't, but a lot have. But they are great at working nonstop behind the scenes to get their message out and for you to adopt their message. They have worked overtime to keep the players on, in that pro Ole Miss, pro Lane deal. I think Lacey had one that he may have posted and then deleted or something.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
people talk about, is this going to affect them? No. I doubt it, because I think once you buckle up and get on the field,
you're playing ball.
You're playing ball and you're a competitor. But we also like to find, like, people are like, well, Dan was distracted his last week as coach. Nick Fitzgerald has his ankle broken.
Yeah.
If it's not broken, Mississippi State wins that game. It doesn't matter if Lane's thinking about ordering pizza in Gainesville or not. I'm not Lane, Dan.
Right.
Sorry. Dan Mullen.
Maybe both.
So, and I fully believe that Lane has done the work to prepare his team.
Yeah.
And both teams had a week off.
That's right.
Okay. And then you got Jeff Levy, who's looking for a big win. His biggest win is Arizona State at home. I mean, going on the road to Arkansas, first of all, being down 17 and coming back. I mean, Arkansas is not good, but a win's a win. I want to take it from him. Because hell, Ole Miss has played a super, super easy schedule. I mean, it's unbelievable. But yeah, his biggest wins. Kenny Dillingham and Arizona State at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's close.
And he hasn't won a home conference game, and he would like to. And that would get the fan base all, fired up, because a lot of people are still mad as hell at the debacle in Missouri, where that was one of the most poorly coached games I've witnessed in college football in a long time. All right, let's make some White Russians for Jackson Meadows. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope you eat a lot, whatever you like. But the dressing is, we talked to Jermaine Benoit, official chef and health coach to the Stars. It's got to be browned, seared. Soggy dressing, no. Soggy turkey, no. And cream of mushroom, X, Y, and Z casserole, no thank you. Back in a second. Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. You'll want to watch this on YouTube because it could be an epic disaster. I'm playing Bo the bartender off the cup this morning. Let's get a little Whiskey 61 going. Go to whiskey61.com, by the way, to see the awesomeness. Gifts for your A clients, number one clients, but we'll have a Whiskey 61 cup right there. Doesn't that look good, Jackson?
It does.
Thank you. All right. Y'all know the show is brought to you by Tito's. So we're going to do a little, I'm going to do one straight up and on the rocks.
All right.
Tito's Old Fashioned, because I feel awesome about it. What do you think?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
So we'll do one on the rocks. I had some better rock. Oh, I got this Whiskey 61 one. Boom. Oh, it fell off.
Yeah.
Nobody can hear me.
I was wondering. Well, we can hear you, just a little scratch.
All right, is that better?
Yeah, now we're talking.
All right, let's start over. Out of Bounds, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, Bo the bartender. Brought to you by Tito's vodka and a Tito's White Russian.
That's a good looking bar.
Thank you. Where's my shot glass? There it is. And you'll want to go to YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. YouTube. Oh, I got a better shot glass here.
Is it the laptop stand? That looks good.
Does it?
That's strong. I like that stand, man.
You like that?
Yeah,
well, you're a gadget.
I love it.
You're all into
The gadget guy.
that stuff.
Yeah, man. Accessories.
All right. I love it. Go to YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. That's good. We're going to do a White Russian in honor of Jackson Meadows.
Smart.
Straight funk. We call him Ice Cream Drinks.
Smart.
And because he, when he does drink, and he doesn't drink a lot, which is good, but when he does drink, he drinks like he's pledging a sorority.
That's correct. If I'm going to drink something, I'd like for it to be good while I drink it.
Right. And you're all about sweets. I mean, you are everything that Big Food and Big Pharma want.
If you had
You're
to take
addicted to cereal,
yes,
candy,
yes,
and fast food.
Happily so.
Okay.
If you had to take a whack at it and give me a guess or an estimate on how many packs of sweet tarts, chewy, big chewy sweet tarts that come 4 in a pack, how many have I bought in the past 5 days?
Packs. 6?
I bought 8 yesterday.
What is wrong with you?
I'm way above 20. Yeah, I mean, well, you got it when you find them because they're an old school classic, so not everyone has them. And it's the first candy I can remember as a kid.
Oh.
So it holds a dear spot.
What was it? Sweet tarts?
Yeah.
I think those things
sweet
are
tarts.
nasty.
Oh, they're phenomenal.
No, thank you.
What about gummy bears?
No, we're way past that.
What are we doing?
We gotta have hard
All right, here we
candy. We're an addict. We're gonna be an addict. We need hard candy.
I know what I want to do here. All right, so go to YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. Happy Thanksgiving. We're going to do a White Russian.
The drink.
What now?
No, I was clarifying.
Tito's White Russian.
Yeah, the drink.
No.
The dude.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. All right, so where's the Tito? All right, let's do this. I'm going to do them straight up, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah.
All right. 1 and 2. Happy holidays to you and to me.
Right.
And Jackson and Wes.
Thank you.
We even want Wes to have
That's right.
a fabulous holiday season.
man,
He's going to kill us a deer.
Yeah.
So that I can have some deer meat.
God,
I mean, that's really selfish.
Wes, do you think you have interior design like skills?
I don't have any skills, no.
But do you think you can piece it? What I'm getting at is Wendy going to come decorate it for us again, Bo?
Oh.
What, buddy?
Is she going to decorate for us?
Who?
Wendy.
She needs to.
Yeah. Because we're not going to, I mean, we can't do it.
I mean,
I can help out.
We're bad at it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even good at it. Bo's puts
Yeah, Wendy, when she comes up here, and I forgot to get Santa Claus out.
I know.
Damn.
Well, I mean, it's just now.
I'll go get Tito's Santa. Give me 1 second.
After Thanksgiving.
I mean, that only takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, we need to
So tell everybody where to go.
if you want to catch it, actually, you need to go to the YouTube page right here, right now. Go to YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. You will see us live and in action. We're there every morning, 7 to 10. Go back and check out the clips that we've posted. Mike Tillier's done real well this week on the Lane Kiffin.
Look what I found.
Man, see, that's a good pull. Out of Bounds Sports YouTube page.
There's Tito Santa.
Thankfully. Somebody's
Isn't that
got to
awesome?
be Santa, man.
He's holding a Tito's.
I mean, how long has it been since you've been Santa?
How long has it been since what?
Since you played Santa.
Oh gosh!
What year do you
with
stop?
Wilkes and Ella Hall? It's been a little while. Well, I'm still Santa Claus on a
right.
daily basis.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
Who
come
figured
on.
it out?
I mean, Wilkes was talking about all the stuff he wanted for Christmas last night when he got home from MSU and Starkville.
I bet he was.
And I was like, dude,
I'd love to hear
what?
the list. Who figured it out first between the two of them? Oh wait.
Well, I don't want to go too far with other people listening.
Yeah, my fault.
But yeah, I'm still Santa Claus.
Of course.
And just like your dad is, or
Yeah.
anybody,
Me.
you know?
Yeah.
So, all right, so here we go with, I don't know how this is going
It'll work.
to go, but these are for Jackson Meadows.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, that looks good.
Off the air.
That
actually does look really good from here.
That's
a good color.
I like where we're going here. I really do.
I've got faith in you.
Thank you.
I mean, he is.
I don't know why.
He was a
I
bartender.
don't either, bro.
Let me just.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
about
yeah.
What about it? Just a little.
Whoa.
What about just a little
Garnish.
Dash of what?
agave?
Okay. For the health benefits.
Let me think this through. Let me
What's
try.
your play there? Health benefits or what?
Cheers. No, just to add something to the cocktail.
I need agave for the health.
Oh my gosh. I've screwed up the last couple of Bo the Bartender segments. That is fabulous.
I mean.
Here.
Oh yeah, I'm not on
You
the
got to
board.
taste this.
I'm not on the board.
This, so I did a Tito's White Russian straight up, which these glasses are really cool. They kind of remind me of like Sinatra in Old Vegas, or, you know, like Mad Men, 19 whatever.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's well
Yeah,
done.
so I just crushed that.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, that's a home run. There you go.
That's one of the better ones we've
I'm
done.
retiring. That's it. See y'all later. No.
That's it.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Go to YouTube, watch Out of Bounds Sports. Go, give us a prediction. Egg Bowl, battle for the golden egg score.
Yeah, comment, like, subscribe. Are we giving stuff away today?
Give it to us on the YouTube page if you want. You
That's
can
it.
comment on there. That's
Oh,
good.
oh, we got some folks. All right. Yeah, there's a bunch of people.
That is.
It's actually really good.
It's
Let me
fabulous.
get the camera right on that. There, right there. That post. Yeah.
Oh God, David's on the Golden Moon Casino text line trying to tell me that Ole Miss's schedule is tough.
Which he may be talking about next year.
David, it's not happening, man.
Maybe next
Sell that somewhere else.
Washington State.
But I mean, you beat who was on your schedule. I give you because Lane and the players did a great, and the coaches did a great job.
Hey,
Let's do this again.
Lane didn't make the schedule, did he?
What now?
Lane didn't make the schedule.
No, he didn't make the schedule. All right, so this is going to be one on the rocks,
All
which
right.
is how most people drink White Russians. But I thought the straight up
I like straights.
kind of martini style in the cool glass.
I like it.
You know, this reminds me of
Oh, they're more funnable.
you know Marilyn Monroe and
Right.
Sinatra and the Brat Pack.
Yeah,
I mean the Rat Pack.
They fit in a funnel way better than the ones on the ice.
I got to tell y'all,
It's really good.
I just absolutely nailed that Tito's White
It
Russian.
would go really well.
And
with
I don't
the
even know
cinnamon
what to
rolls.
tell y'all other than it's basically like it's like Lane Kiffin coaching.
Ah,
what I'm
well.
doing behind the bar,
How about that?
It's just easy.
you know. So
That's
y'all can say what you want. I'm on fire.
that's right.
Maybe not quite like Kawan Lacey, but I'm on fire.
You talking about the next LSU running back?
Oh wow, that'll get people going.
It's what it is.
Okay, so where's my top? There it is. Who's on first? Like Jeff Levy coaching. Sorry, did I say that?
Well, I mean,
YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm behind the bar in the studio. Tito Santa has made an appearance.
nice.
And here we go. I don't think I did this one as well, but here we go in the Whiskey 61 Rocks glass, which everybody needs a set of 4 for the Oh, it did turn out good. Oh my God, I just nailed it again.
Let's see it.
I am on fire. I don't even know what to tell y'all.
I'm not sure.
I may have been a disaster the last 2 bartending segments. This is ridiculous. Look at that.
That's a good look, yeah.
Look how beautiful that is. It's got the Whiskey 61 logo.
Whoa.
It's a
Let me
square
get that right.
rocks glass.
Yeah.
I like the look.
That's a Lebowski.
Hold on.
I mean, that is beautiful. So let me taste it
Let me see that logo.
in honor of ice cream drinks,
Nice.
Jackson Meadows.
Let me see that logo.
It's fantastic.
Of course.
This time of year, I can do a White Russian.
Well, yeah.
All the way through February, maybe March.
Maybe
You know,
June.
it can bleed into March Madness depending on
Yeah.
what weather we get.
It's
But
chilly.
this time, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever else you celebrate, through New Year's, NFL playoffs in January.
right.
Oh my God, how good is that?
Yeah.
February, Super Bowl, and then it takes us into March Madness. Great next few months.
Yeah, man. It's
That,
Russian season.
I'm really excited that I crushed it. All right. Now what are we doing?
Okay.
Old fashioned. You think I can pull this off?
That's range.
I know.
Wow, okay, all right.
Now, how about that Whiskey 61 decanter? Doesn't a client need this?
Sleek.
Or like
Sleek.
your dad or brother or a good friend? Whiskey 61 decanter.
Man.
Elijah Craig.
Smooth.
All right, so let's do this. I need to find some better. Oh, I put them all in here. Whoa, here we go. I found them. How about that?
All right, we're getting some good mentions on the YouTube deal here on the comment.
I gotta make sure
section.
Wes gets a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll make sure Wes is good on this second run.
Off the board.
Probably get Sally and Mark going with
There we
Beagle
go.
Bagel and Madison. They'll be really slinging some good stuff.
They'll be upset.
All those cookies they did for Thanksgiving down in Beagle Bagel and Madison are just beautiful.
I thought I could do that.
We are the Out of Bounds Show. Get you a White Russian at Taste Italian Kitchen. I stopped by there this week and had their tomato basil soup. And I had a Key City, Mississippi Queen with it, but you can get a White Russian too. All right, what are we doing here? Here we go. Oh, I'm doing an old fashioned. Now, I'm going to see if I'm going to put a little spin on this. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Last time I did old fashions was not clutch. It was like Mississippi State football special teams. Okay, so we're hoping to do a better job here.
Right.
I got to watch this out for a second. Out of Bounds Sports is the YouTube channel. How y'all feel like I'm doing?
Yeah, we're good. We're getting some movement. Got.
You feel good about it?
I mean, it's a quality drink. It's actually good.
Okay.
Not that the things we do here are bad.
Boom. This is really nice.
Frothy.
Heavy, beautiful Whiskey 61 decanter.
That is.
dope.
I may just buy and just give away a bunch of them.
Or just like fill it all up with
Look
a
at
White
that.
Russian.
No, I'm not gonna give them all White Russians. I mean, that's for me.
It's like holding the championship trophy.
Yeah, it's
that's
like
exactly
it's
what
what
it is.
Lane Kiffin wants to be doing.
I just
Yeah.
kissed the Elijah
Average.
Craig bourbon in the Whiskey 61 decanter. Why not?
I mean,
Does Lane want to have?
dude.
Oh, man. God, that smells great.
Doesn't drink anymore, does it?
These are on whiskey61.com. Okay, let's do this, Jackson.
All
I'm going to
right.
pour this on the rocks. So here we go.
yeah.
One. Ooh, that's slippery. I don't need to drop that big bottle.
Now, Reggie Hankerson on the YouTube comment section, I guess we'll call it that
Okay.
at the moment. At the moment, as of today, before the Egg Bowl,
Okay.
grade Levy.
All right.
Levy's tenure in Starkville.
What did he say? I
Grade-
can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, I forget you don't have a mic or a headset. A, B, C, D, we need a grade. Up until, and what can that grade evolve into after the Egg Bowl for Jeff Levy?
Well, he'll get bumped up. So he's an F right now. He
Yeah,
could get
right.
bumped up to maybe even
C?
a D. No, maybe even a C with the win over a Lane Kiffin because of the
Ah.
caliber of coach that Lane is.
I'd go C. I'd go C minus. It'd be close to a D, but I'd still give him the bump.
So you're saying he's an F right now?
Oh, he's an F.
So
F plus.
I mean, if he doesn't win, then he still remains an F.
That's correct.
Or a D.
Or
yeah,
a D.
it just kind of depends on how you're running the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, they got those new scales and system in schools these days.
Yeah.
I need ice.
Yeah, if 90 to 100 was
Lane's at an A plus this year. Last year was a disappointment.
but still,
So I would give him a low B, not even, maybe not a B, high C.
What?
By going 9-3.
Oh yeah, 9-3.
When
yeah.
with all the
That's a good point.
with
Yeah,
the first round pick at quarterback and a
Yeah.
first round pick on the defensive lineman. This year, I give Lane an A plus.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't no way he's not an A plus.
I give Lane an A plus this year. We're making an Elijah Craig old fashioned, kind of out of bounds style. Not sure I'm thrilled about everything I have, but
why?
We're gonna see what we have here.
Well, we're thrilled. The people are thrilled, and that's all that matters.
People, we're doing it for the people.
Richard Tullis on our YouTube.
Richard, what's up, buddy?
He said throw
Happy
a splash
Thanksgiving,
of
brother.
Coke in that White Russian, and that is very good.
What do you say?
A splash of like Coca-Cola. From what I mean, I've actually heard about that. Never done it, but it's just to add carbonation to it, so people. I don't know.
Okay.
It's a little deal, yeah.
Probably not what I want.
Nah.
But everybody's got their own thing.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably roll with that. Yeah.
Oh, I may have got this right now after missing last time.
Ooh.
All right. I'm not drinking all this, by the way.
He's lying.
I'm just.
It's for y'all.
I'm in research and development,
There
and
we
I'm the
go.
taster.
Right.
Okay? All right.
Plus, you got all these barrel picks coming in. We got to empty those.
Oh, my
decanters.
God. Briarwood wine and spirits. All right, let's try this. Holy moly, it's the best one I've made in studio. I don't know what got into me today, but I've got my fastball, and I'm playing off that with two other pitches. I got my slider hitting the corner, and my breaking ball buckling knees.
12-6 curve type deal.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm kind of.
Are you
let me just be honest. I'm Greg Maddox right now.
There we go.
Oh, you're just painting corners.
A ninja.
I didn't even turn on the TV so that we could at least have something up there.
Nah, you're good.
Jackson, that's on you.
They can't see it.
I want to put a jump drive in there and at least have a image on the screen. You're good at that.
Yeah, we can do that.
That was good. Should I go for the trifecta and
got
do
6.
a Dak Prescott Balteo tequila? I don't know if I got enough time, but
Oh, you popping the top?
well, I don't have any reposado open.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Top
So
pop.
I went over to Dallas a few weeks ago, and Dak Prescott and Balteo had a Balteo party at the Cowboys headquarters, which I'd never been to, okay, at the Star, in the atrium where you walk in to go to Jerry and Steven's office and all that. It was really well done.
Yeah.
And I had a great time. Got to spend some time with Dak. Got to go up to the Cowboys Club, which was a ton of fun. One of the coolest restaurants and bars and lounges. They got a beautiful billiard room, as you can imagine.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
You know, Jerry can't manage the team worth a damn.
Don't care to.
God bless when it comes to doing things like a bar, lounge, restaurant, and the Cowboys Club. It's one of the nicest places I've ever been in.
Does he even care to coach them well or get to manage them well?
You know, I think that's a good question. He does care to a certain extent, but as he said in the Wall Street Journal article a couple of weeks ago,
He got all this other
where they've invested, hundreds of millions of dollars in oil and energy, he said, what was he? He was on a helicopter, and he said, the reason why I'm not worried about our defense right now is I'm out here in my oil and gas, investment.
Just making money.
Well,
Making money, baby.
Just making sure that he's making money.
What am I doing? I got it. So we're going to do a Volteo Reposado Old Fashioned to close out the show. And I'm going to have to go.
Right?
We only got a couple minutes.
You going to use that shaker that our man gave us?
Nick Fulton, USA Pawn.
Make sure.
Buy and sell gold from Nick Fulton and USA Pawn.
We need a two-hand
We
shake.
got to get
on
him
that.
in here.
Yeah, we need a two-hand shake on that thing, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Above the bar.
And don't forget, we have an egg bowl going on this Friday. That's going to be pretty chilly. It's not going to be cold. It's not going to be bitter cold. It's not going to be raining cold, but it's going to be a chilly.
Russians warm you up.
Yeah, the old toddy, the old Manhattan may come in handy.
Oh, yeah. So Volteo Reposado is kind of aged like bourbon, and you can find it at Briarwood Wine and Spirits or Rain Cellars, and some restaurants have it, La Presa in Highland Village, Taste Italian Kitchen in the Renaissance, and in Starkville. It's fantastic.
Robert commented, let us know those glasses are dope.
All right. Did I miss anything here? I need to fill this up.
Whoa. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean.
With ice.
Yeah, I mean, that would make
sense. So I
sense.
can do the Volteo Reposado. It's going to be a little lighter just because Reposado is still not as, it's not as dark as some of the bourbons. All right, I'm on my way out, and I can't find my top. Oh, here it is. That's what you want to hear from your significant other.
That's right.
I can't find my top. Oh, well.
Two-handed over.
May as well lose the bottoms, too.
That's right. Hey, it's Thanksgiving.
Here we go. Volteo, Volteo. Dak Prescott's tequila, 100% blue agave, 100% additive free. Let me get this for the camera.
Wow.
Because Jackson likes the camera shot.
I do.
100% additive free. Here we go.
Boing.
Oh, yeah. I did good.
Yep. There she blows.
All right. Boom. All right, let's try it.
Talk to me.
Delicious. I nailed all three drinks.
Yeah,
I can't believe it. I thought I would wreck all three.
Triple Crown, whatever you want to call it.
I feel like Trinidad Chambliss.
Should.
I'm in fuego.
And your bag's packed.
You know? So, thanks for the Bo the Bartender segment brought to you by Tito's, White Russians.
Yep.
Elijah Craig, Old Fashions.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
And Volteo Reposado, Old Fashions. All right? For Jackson Meadows and Wes, the new guy, how about that? I'm your host, Bo Bounds. Have a great holiday, Thanksgiving. We'll see what Monday's going to bring us with Lane Kiffin.
Ooh, wait, whoa. Predictions.
Prediction, Lane wins the Egg Bowl and goes to LSU.
You got a time period?
Probably, I don't know. They may still be hashing it out on Sunday or Monday. It could go Saturday, but I think LSU's ready to get it done.
It goes to Sunday.
We'll see if Ole Miss can sway him with the battle for the Golden Egg win and the ticket to the college football playoff.
Jeff Levy's future in Starkville, does it hinge on this game, yes or no?
No.
Okay.
Some people could argue it should.
Barring a blowout. If he gets
Barring probably a 38-6 blowout. Then things could get weird in Starkville Friday night or Saturday morning. Happy Thanksgiving. We love you. Thanks for listening to the show. See you.